Good evening. Welcome to my Apple midweek recap and plan ahead for Thursday and Friday. Interesting week so far. First of all, Monday's price action did come down to my level. Go to the time frame that I actually trade on. As you can see, came to the 21 EMA. Looked like it was going to put in support. No trigger to get into the position. Came down, put in a low in between my two levels. There was nothing for me to do at that point but wait. Reclaimed the 21 EMA on the open on Tuesday. Again, low volume, nothing really to do there. Created an inside day just below the 8 and 21 period moving averages. Typically on an inside day, that means there's a battle going on. However, you can see there's very little volume, so there was no participation. Traders were waiting to see what happens, which means right now it's nothing but technical traders doing their thing, whether it's algorithms or people. It doesn't matter. It's low volume. They're simply waiting for ideal setups, and this was not an ideal setup. When an inside day like this happens, whichever way price action breaks above or below usually triggers a move. If it goes about out one side and back through the other one, that triggers a lot of stops and it kind of compounds the move. So anyways, we had a little bit of a gap down, false bounce, dead cat bounce, whatever, right into the VWAP. Price action got smashed down all throughout the day. I did end up taking a couple of trades here. I'm going to go to the hourly time frame, as this is what I was looking at for my first trade. I got into these 29 March 175 calls here at 205. As you can see, is a previous bottom. Green indecision candle looked like it was going to break above. I did not wait for the confirmation of that move, so that's my fault. Ended up taking a small loss there. Second trade I took was later on in the afternoon. Went into some 172.5 calls here at 313. Excuse me, that was for next week. Once price action came down to the 50 SMA, I did have a plan in place to add into the position if it did occur. It did come all the way back down, but my plan also said if it breaks below, get out of the way, let it do its thing. So I ended up trailing these out at 256. Into the end of the day, I did take one lottery play overnight. The 175 weekly calls here at 34. We'll hopefully see a nice little gap up tomorrow. There's a pretty big sell-off. So if price action does gap up, bears will likely look to capture some momentum and continue to push it down, which takes me to my trade plan for tomorrow. I will be looking at all of my significant moving averages and VWAP as resistance. If price action opens up here in between or near these yellow and blue lines, I will look to sell into that move, buying some puts for another dip down. If it opens up this high, I don't really see a whole new low coming in, but if it opens up midway through today's price action, maybe just above these two lines and breaks back below VWAP, plan is to take 172.5 puts, 175 puts up here. No breakdown trade at the moment. We'll be looking for a price target down here. If price action opens up in the middle of here, there will likely be some chop in this area here, maybe an implied support. I'll look for buyers maybe to close my position out. But ideally, I'd like to see it chop around and break down and maybe add into the position, come down here to test this 168 level. Why 168 is simply a gap fill over here. I can go ahead and take this flag off here. It's pretty much void. Anyways, this gap fill right here, we'll see if there's support buyers there to confirm that this support was legit. If it chops around and breaks down below, next target is going to be this purple line, which is the 200 SMA. At either of these levels, this 168 level or the 200 SMA, if support does confirm, I will close out puts if I'm in a short position and look to flip to calls. This would be my trade plan for Thursday and Friday. Have a good evening. Good luck.